On News 5 Live, the body of Randolph Crawford is recovered. 4 men remain hospitalized for injuries received during a wild shootout in Corozal District. Thieves make off with an ATM machine in Borough Boom. A much-needed training for the Belize Police Department on human rights. And in this week's episode of Sports Monday, controversy in the Premier League. We'll tell you why the top 2 teams are battling out off the field. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited Postpaid Plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart. It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
To be amazing at Benny's. Find great gifts for moms such as Pyrex Bakeware, Chicago Cutlery Knife Sets, Corningware, Snapware, Corel Dinnerware, and much more at amazing prices. Also check out our impressive line of Sankey appliances and other household items. Take advantage of these amazing deals and discounts all May long, only at Benny's. Quality and savings.
You have been a safe driver all your life when an unavoidable accident happens. But this does not mean that your insurance premium must increase. With RF&G's Accident Forgiveness Program, safe drivers will not lose their no-claims discounts because of those minor, unavoidable accidents. For more information on RF&G's Accident Forgiveness Program, contact us at 223-5734. When it comes to motor insurance, it pays to get it right with RF&G Insurance, a road group company.
Whether you're in a bustling urban area or a tranquil rural community, connectivity matters. Internet access is key to continued socioeconomic development. That is why Digi, our national telecom, has and will continue to invest millions of dollars to expand its mobile and fiber networks throughout Belize. Thousands of mobile users and households, especially along the highways and in rural communities, are now enjoying the benefits of Digi's resilient infrastructure. Our national telecom will continue to lead the charge towards digital transformation by utilizing cutting-edge technology and maintaining an unwavering dedication to excellence. With our DigiWallet solution, Belizeans in urban and rural areas now have easy and safe access to a wide array of financial services via their mobile devices. And with the recent launch of DigiTV, Digi has made history, becoming the only quad-play service provider in Belize. Now, customers can save with our DigiOne bundles that offer home internet, mobile, home phone, and DigiTV services all in one place. Digi is committed to providing all communities with access to high-quality, reliable, and affordable services while unlocking untapped potential and opening the doors to a brighter future for all. Be a part of the transformation and experience connectivity like never before. Because with Digi, connectivity matters.
It's good to keep the environment clean. BSWAMA, step up the pace. They're going places to manage your waste. So make we stand and make well sure. No garbage left on the seashore. The whole of Belize we stay clean, cause we know say worth much more. We have pretty environment. So when you see the garbage on the ground, go off me and just bag it on.
Cleanliness has always been second nature to us, so let's work together to keep our surroundings beautiful and healthy.
No garbage in it.
From generation to generation, Crystal Water is there every step of the way. Taste you can trust.
Galenia Hospital, located in Cancun, Mexico's premier tourism destination, is a state-of-the-art healthcare facility that provides highly specialized medical services. We are Quintana Roo's biggest private hospital with board-certified doctors and staff. Some of our services include Cath Lab, Adult Intensive Care Unit, Neonatal Intensive Care Unit, emergency rooms, operating theaters, ambulance services, and more. We are a medically accredited hospital by JCI, Accreditation Canada International, and General Health Council, providing extraordinary care in every specialty, from our cardiology department to our neurology center. We are focused on treating the entire person, body, mind, and spirit. Contact us at medicaltourism@hospitalgalenia.com or visit our website at www.hospitalgalenia.com. Come to Galenia Hospital in Cancun for a truly personal medical care experience.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Monday, May 8th. I am Sabrina Daly. The body of Randolph Crawford, one of several men involved in a high-speed pursuit and shootout in Corozal District last Thursday, was retrieved from the river near the Nueva Pueblo ferry over the weekend. 4 men who were also wounded during the exchange of gunfire remain hospitalized with varying degrees of injury. During the incident, Crawford reportedly alighted a sports utility vehicle that was being chased and jumped into the nearby river. He attempted to swim across the waterway, but subsequently went under. His body was recovered on Friday, and police say it showed no signs of violence. This afternoon, Assistant Commissioner of Police Ilberto Romero told reporters that the violent shootout is believed to be drug-related. He also said that charges will be brought against the men as soon as they are released from the hospital.
In reference to the shooting that occurred in Corozal, we have Begin Loloria, Sergio Hall, Akeem Trop, and Stanlos O'Neill, who are still admitted at the hospital receiving treatment. The body of Randolph Crawford was found at the river the following day. The body was taken to the morgue where it now awaits a post-mortem examination. This is an ongoing investigation, and as soon as these persons are released from the hospital, then charges will be levied upon them.
And the scope of the charges, are they ranging from what exactly? Attempted murder?
Yeah, those are the charges we are looking at, attempted murder and the injuries caused to the victims.
And in terms of the motive behind the shooting, I know the Minister of Police stated it was drug-related, but is there any indication at this point that two rivaling factions may be involved?
That is the information we have, yes, that it is drug-related.
I know the Compal said last week that the suspects weren't cooperating. Has that changed?
Some of them are still admitted at the hospital, so we are waiting when they are released so that we can interview them.
Are they all in stable condition?
Not all of them. One is in critical condition at the KHMH.
And sir, I know this may be a tricky question, but given the fact that there was a loss of life during this incident, is there any indication at this point whether someone may be held accountable for Crawford's death? I mean, he was fleeing a shooting incident.
Yes, that is a part of the investigation. At the conclusion of the post-mortem, we'll look at the results. After a determination will be made if charges to be levied against anyone.
20-year-old Christopher Pitts was arraigned for the murder of Sylvian Swift earlier today when he appeared before senior magistrate Aretha Ford. Pitts is the second suspect to be charged for the deadly shooting that occurred on April 30th in Belize City. Tonight, the mechanic of a King Street address is spending his first night on remand at the Belize Central Prison, where he joins 29-year-old Anthony Carballo Jr., who was also brought up on a charge of murder on May 2nd. Sylvian Swift was standing at the corners of Antelope Street and Central American Boulevard when he was approached by a pair of men on motorcycle. The men opened fire on Swift, mortally wounding him. Pitts and Carballo are due back in court on July 3rd, 2023. Patrick Canelo and 2 other men were charged for disorderly conduct earlier today, following an altercation in Ladyville on Thursday night that resulted in the murder of 20-year-old James Bainton. The deadly incident occurred at a football field in Ladyville, where several persons had gathered to watch a game being played. 20-year-old Canelo, a resident of Flamboyant Street, Ladyville, was jointly charged with 21-year-old John Quilter and O'Shea Clark, an employee at the Philip Gosen International Airport. The men appeared unrepresented in the lower court, where Canelo pleaded guilty to the charge of disorderly conduct. Bail was granted to Quilter and Clark in the sum of $500 each, plus one surety of the same amount. Meanwhile, a family of 4 was taken into custody and arraigned today after a firearm was discovered inside their residence following the murder of James Bainton. They are Shaquem Ferguson, his girlfriend Kelly Sanchez, his sister Chantel Ferguson, and Randolph McCoy. A fisherman from Dangrega has been charged for the murder of Marlon Martinez, who disappeared on March 6th. 34-year-old Derek Gorosica was arraigned for the Martinez's murder following the discovery of skeletal remains. Earlier today, ACP Alberto Romero provided additional information on the latest developments regarding that case.
Reference the missing person report of Marlon Martinez, which was made on the 6th day of March 2023. A thorough investigation was carried out, which led to the arrest of Derek Gorosica for the crime of murder. This is after some human remains were found, and investigation was carried out. After consultation with the DPP's office, this person was charged for the crime of murder.
The human remains were tested?
The human remains were examined by a medical forensic pathologist, and we got the results, and based on those examinations, and determination was made to charge this person for murder.
Has the DNA analysis confirmed whether or not it was conclusive that it is Marlon Martinez?
No, those will be sent abroad for testing.
So at this point, there's no definite indication that those remains belong to Marlon Martinez?
I will not go into every detail. Again, we carried out an investigation. At the conclusion, it was determined that there was sufficient evidence to charge him, therefore he was charged.
On Sunday morning, near the Mile 8 community, 5 armed men entered Chukator's premises, where they held up the establishment and made off with an assortment of liquor and an undisclosed sum of money. Police say they are looking for a vehicle believed to have been used in the commission of the robbery.
Okay, on the 7th day of May 2023, around 3:10 a.m., police responded to an aggravated burglary report at Chukator, situated at 8 Miles, Belize District. Upon their arrival, the security guards reported that they were held up by 5 male persons with firearms and robbed of alcoholic beverages from the establishment, as well as some cash. The male persons then fled from the area, making good their escape.
In terms of the vehicle that was used, is the department searching for a particular model of vehicle or anything like that?
We are following up several leads, and yes, we are looking for a vehicle that was used to commit the burglary.
Okay. So in terms of the value of the items stolen, has that been established?
It was some alcoholic beverages and a small amount of cash. That is all that was stolen.
A burglary overnight in Barrelboom Village resulted in thieves getting away with an ATM machine from Helen Wu's store. It's a brazen act carried out by thieves who appeared to have been well equipped when they broke into the building. They were able to pry open the entrance to the building and stole the entire machine with an undisclosed sum of money. Police say they are reviewing surveillance footage of the incident.
On Monday, the 8th day of May 2023, police visited Helen Wu's store situated in Barrelboom Village. There, the police found out that a burglary occurred at the establishment, and stolen was one ATM machine belonging to Heritage Bank. We are reviewing our video footage, and the investigation into this matter continues.
Any idea how these thieves were able to remove the machine?
They gained entry by forcing open the front door. Thereafter, they made their way into the area where the ATM machine is located, and they pried it out.
Do you know how much money was in the ATM machine?
We do not know at this time. We are working to get the amount at this time.
I understand this is the second Heritage ATM that's been targeted, and then another one was a Belize Bank ATM. Do you believe that it's the same group of people going to all these ATMs?
We are not sure if they are the same persons that are involved.
Coming up, human rights training for the Belize Police Department. Find out the details when we come back.
Adopting a second child was our best decision ever. Now our daughter Alexis has a little brother to play with.
Now that we have our son, our family is complete.
Contact the Department of Human Services and find out how you can become a foster or adoptive parent and be that heart of gold.
When hungry or craving, when laughter or tears, enjoy the best snacking or flavors are here. Asadas, bocadas, chiladas, doradas, Belizean for snacking, done right and done here.
Done right, done here.
Geotech Belize specializes in boreholes and split spoon sampling for road constructions, bridges, and residential and commercial buildings. Trail pit up to 3 meters, soil classification, bearing capacity of soil, and CVR value. Concrete testing, sample preparation, and slum test, compressive strength of cylinders, cubes, masonry blocks, pavers, and CTB samples. Geotech Belize, 8.5 miles George Price Highway, phone number 225-1130, or email us at geotechbelize@gmail.com.
It seems like every other day, we hear of a family member or friend being diagnosed with a serious illness such as cancer, heart attack, kidney failure, or stroke. When these illnesses strike, you want to focus on recovery and your overall well-being. At RFNG Life Insurance, we offer critical illness insurance to help with medical expenses when diagnosed with such critical illnesses, providing security to access quality healthcare facilities and to ease the worry about finances. In case you are diagnosed with a life-threatening illness that is covered by the policy, critical illness insurance pays you a lump sum amount to help you obtain access to quality treatment and medication. Having critical illness insurance provides the financial support that will bring you and your family the security and peace of mind necessary to manage these illnesses. The possibility of being diagnosed can be worrying, but by having a critical illness plan, you could have funds to assist with expenses such as medications, hospital deductibles, childcare, household expenses, and so much more. The right time to plan for the unexpected is when you're healthy. For more information, visit our office today to speak with one of our experienced agents about critical illness insurance. Your health and wellness is what matters most. Take care of it.
A human rights capacity building training with police officers began today in Belmopan. following an opening ceremony at the National Police Training Academy. For the remainder of the week, a human rights officer from the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights, attached to the Global Policies and Security Forces team, will be facilitating the training. Those sessions will seek to strengthen the department to improve the service of the department. News 5's Dwayne Moody reports.
Police brutality and abuse of power at the hands of law enforcement officers is a human rights violation. Under the leadership of Commissioner of Police Chester Williams, the Belize Police Department has been engaging its officers on issues relating to human rights as well as the use of force policy. During this week, police officers will participate in training that will strengthen their capacity to integrate a human rights-based approach to policing.
We had engaged the UN Human Rights to look at our use of force policy that we had in place and to see how we could revise that and make it even more from a human rights perspective. So and that with the aid of UN Human Rights, and our academic advisor, Dr. Brown, we revised the curriculum on the human rights and use of force, and that created the human rights and use of force policy, which we've been imparting to police officers across the country. We also recognize that we need a broader scope into it, and we engage again human rights, and we're looking at, particularly throughout this week, from the executive level as well, we'll have sessions for the senior officers, so that not only that the junior ranks are sensitized on policing from a human rights perspective, but the commanders who will give the instructions, that they recognize that it is important to put human rights at the basis of what we do.
The workshop is being done in partnership with the Office of the High Commissioner of Human Rights, which is providing technical cooperation assistance. Johan Olhagen is the Human Rights Officer for the Global Policies and Security Forces team.
A lot of work has already been done in the Belize Police, but we're going to study a little bit more in detail how in particular areas we can learn from some of the global practices in human rights, and to see how and what room there are for further working on some of those practices here in Belize.
It's an approach that looks beyond the crime committed against an individual, but whether the rights of the citizenry, including police officers themselves, are violated while carrying out the mandate of the department. Human rights should enhance the work of the department.
We must not see human rights or human rights concern as a deterrent to our jobs, but to enhance our professionalism. We recognize that when in fact that, for example, a person's rights was not observed in the initial stages of an investigation, it could affect the case at the end of the day. So all of this is what, of course, we've had the unfortunate incidents that were persons would have lost their lives while in police custody or interacting with police, and certainly that is also one of the driving forces that behind the Commissioner push to ensure that officers are more sensitive.
Dwayne Moody for News 5.
The Department of Youth Service has established an ambitious 2-year youth reform program in Mountain Pine Ridge called the De Silva Youth Mountain Challenge. Kevin Cadle, the director at DYS, and his deputy director, Walton Garbutt, are hoping to radically transform the lives of young men who have dropped out of school, who are members of gangs or at risk of becoming gang members. 32 young men from Belize City and Dangriga are already enrolled in the program that was officially launched today. In speaking with Cadle at his office in Belize City, he explained that the program is one of the most well thought out approaches to mitigating crime and violence in Belize, and a first of its kind in the region.
The main plan being that we needed an opportunity where young men could literally refocus and re-engage and become self-aware of their own existence and be able to come back out as productive members of our society. Pretty much in line with that, we did the youth mainstreaming strategy, which was accepted and approved by Cabinet back in 2021. And we felt that if we engage the BDF, the police, the Coast Guard, agriculture, forestry, and the fire department to say, you know what, could we work on a strategy that when these young men at least complete a year, for the second year, can we enlist them in these services through not just them becoming members or recruits, but apprentices in these areas? Another element that we were looking at closely was a sports strategy, because we felt that if we have them there, we could actually allow them to become physically optimized so that they could be able to be good football players, good basketball players, good runners, and so forth. And so it's a total empowerment, or total biopsychosocial empowerment. In social work we call the ecological systems, to be able to transition young people who have not been disciplined, smoking weed every day, drinking every day, hanging out every day, shooting guns every day, and to transform them into able-bodied young men in our society. We felt that this was the best strategy.
While the program officially launched today, the 2-year De Silva Mountain Pine Ridge Youth Program has been in operation for the past 2 weeks. Already there are reports that it has not all been smooth sailing. Last week, information surfaced that a handful of disgruntled youth left the campground on foot. We have since learned that those youth returned to Mountain Pine Ridge after their concerns were addressed. Walton Garba told us more about the structure of the program. Cadle also spoke about some of these early challenges.
We have the program itself split up into 3 phases. The first phase itself is the behavior modification aspect, whereby for 4 months they're going to be going through this rigorous training and military style behavior instilled into them. After that, we're going to move on to skills training and build these young people's capacity. As the director said, 80% of them are literate, so we know we have to start with trying to up their literacy levels and making them more productive or being more suitable for society. Education is the next thing. I realized that we need to build their capacity in terms of re-educating them, putting them back in evening programs, whatever we need to do as the department to get them on that level so we don't sell them empty promises. A lot of these young people, they don't believe that they have people out there really looking for them. In one-on-one conversations that I've had with them, they really and truly don't even believe that we're there yet. But I told them, you know, as long as they buy into the end goal, it's not something that is going to happen overnight. It's a 2-year program.
I don't know if it was off to as good a start as we were hoping for. Let's talk a bit about the breakdown recently, and if that is reflective of the concerns that some may have of this rigid concentration camp type of approach to reform.
It's nonsense that you heard. It's total nonsense. If you go in the Mountain Pine Ridge area, before you reach the Silva, there's a creek. It's a river. That river runs right through where we are, which is the De Silva Youth Mountain Challenge program. What had happened was that the personnel from Cisco, along with our manager, Mr. James Swan, had dug an encatchment to try and catch the water from the river. But when they did it, it became a bit murky, as well as I think they had the pipes down a bit too low. And that's what created this murky water that they're talking about. But let me emphasize immediately that we had ordered 2,000 gallons of water, which was placed in a vat in the front. That's where they drink water from. And also they had pouches, water pouches, and bottled water there. They never drank that water, or they were never using that water for cooking.
After the break, meet the winners of the Women Who Boss competition. We'll tell you about that, but first, here's the weather update with data from the Belize Met Service.
Homeowners, immerse yourself in elegance. Surround yourself with the beauty and quality of solid wood furniture. This is what America's Elegant Furniture has to offer. Trendy, affordable and exceptional furniture such as kitchen cabinets, doors, home bars, bar stools, vanities, plush sofa sets, all made in Belize with genuine mahogany wood. We also offer precious tropical hardwood dining sets, bedroom sets, coffee tables, office furniture, living room sets, and much more. Choose Merkez for all your fine furniture and save big. Or visit our Facebook page, Merkez Elegant Furniture, making your household dreams affordable.
Sign up for Smart Share Plan and save big. Whether you're a small entrepreneur starting up your business, a student on a limited budget, or a family trying to save, this is the plan for you. With unlimited SMS, calls, and data, we help you save. Get up to 5 lines for as low as $30 per line monthly, only with Smart. Sign up today at any Smart showroom or sales manager countrywide. So get your business going, share more memories with friends, and be ready for the day with Smart.
Tour guides, your renewal season is coming up. Please be advised that all tour guide license expires on July 31st, 2023. BTB will start accepting applications for renewal starting May 1st, 2023. Tour guides, we're asking you to apply early in order to have a new and valid license before the current one expires. To submit via email, you'll need a clear scan of each document in PDF format and properly named and labeled. Send your application with all supporting documents to tourguide@BelizeTourismBoard.org and include your full name and your tour guide license number in the subject line of the email. Remember to fill out your applications correctly, as BTB will no longer be accepting incomplete applications. Contact our licensing officers at 227-2420 and press 1 if you have any questions or concerns.
Did you know that there's a way to protect yourself from getting the hepatitis B virus?
If left untreated, hepatitis B can cause chronic liver infection and put people at a high risk of death.
Fortunately, a safe and effective vaccine for hepatitis B is available for everyone.
Hepatitis B is not only life-threatening, but highly infectious.
It is spread through contact with blood and other bodily fluids from an infected person.
Common modes of infection include mother-to-child transmission during birth, having sex without a condom, using unsterilized tattoo or piercing equipment, or even sharing razors, washcloths, or toothbrushes.
Remember, a tiny amount of blood, too small to see, is enough to infect you with hepatitis B.
There is no cure for hepatitis B, and symptoms often do not present themselves early, so many people might not know they are infected. The only way to know is to get tested.
So talk to your healthcare provider about getting tested and vaccinated to protect yourself and others from hepatitis B.
Everyone is potentially at risk of being infected, so don't wait to vaccinate.
Visit any healthcare facility countrywide to speak with a healthcare provider about getting tested and vaccinated for hepatitis B.
Brian and Marta walked as fast as they could without saying anything to each other, but they both knew what the other was thinking and the concern they both felt. They walked back to school for almost 20 minutes without stopping. When they finally arrived, they met Teacher Lewis, who was already packing his things to go home.
Teacher, please, don't leave yet. We need to talk to you.
The teacher was surprised when he noticed his two students, agitated and sweaty, running to talk to him.
Marta, Brian, is everything okay? Why have you come like this? What happened to you?
Teacher, we really need to talk to you. Please explain what we can do to prevent climate change from continuing.
Teacher Lewis stared at both of them and understood what was happening. A look of resignation spread across his face.
We can't do so much here to avoid it, kids. This is something we just cannot stop.
How is it possible? Teacher, we just talked to a lot of people and they all have problems because of the weather. Please tell us what climate change is and why it cannot be stopped.
Professor Lewis smiled and asked both of them to sit on the steps at the entrance of the school.
Look, I'm going to try to explain what I know about climate change. It is a cyclical process. That is, it has been developing since the origin of the planet, but in this last century, we have accelerated the process due to things such as having so much construction in cities and urban settlements without leaving any forest, and the excess of traditional transport, especially during rush hours. There are countries that pollute much more, but in the end, it affects us. For example, all what I've just told you and other causes such as sowing, removing the whole forest without leaving any trees, all this causes the entire planet to warm up and affect some areas such as the coast where we live. Is it all clear to you now?
Yes, teacher.
Well then, the changes that were supposed to be felt little by little during 1,000 years, we are feeling them all at once in the last few years. Can you imagine? There are still some things that can be done to prevent climate change from getting worse. For example, here we can do some things like avoid cutting down all the forest and mangroves, but what we have to do is to adapt, because we do need some development to sustain the economy.
Martha and Brian were open-mouthed, not quite understanding how climate change was something so serious and wondering why they were just getting to know about it now and knowing that it could not be stopped. They felt worried and anxious about not knowing what they could do to adapt themselves and their families to something of this magnitude, but they were about to discover how to adapt.
This Mother's Day, celebrate that special woman who holds your family together. Start her day off right, complete with love and smiles. But why stop there? At Brothers Habet, we believe in celebrating moms all month long. We're offering big discounts all throughout May, like 15% off all mowing, kitchen and bathroom faucets and accessories, 15% off all Penta paints, and much more. And for the ultimate Mother's Day gift, purchase any Penta paint during May and get a chance to win big. Every week, we're giving away $100 to a lucky mom, and at the end of the month, one lucky mom will receive a grand prize of $1,000. Give mom the gift she truly deserves from Brothers Habet. Happy Mother's Day to all the super moms out there, and we hope to see you in store soon.
Taking its name from the venerable father of the nation, the George Price Highway stretches 77 miles from Belize City to Benqueviejo. Originally built in the 1930s, this cross-country highway system is the artery that links Belize to Central America at the western border with Guatemala. That connection facilitates overland trade, supporting Belize's economic development. Winding its way across the scenic countryside, the George Price Highway from Roaring Creek to Esperanza has been fully reconstructed to meet international standards, with particular emphasis on road safety. A shorter and hassle-free commute is best enjoyed when everyone obeys the traffic laws. To reduce the number and frequency of road traffic accidents, it means that a seatbelt must be worn at all times and the speed limit observed when traveling along the highway. It also means that pedestrians must use sidewalks and crosswalks where available. Buses should only board and discharge passengers at a designated bus stop. Road safety is everyone's responsibility. It begins with you.
Today, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Foreign Trade and Immigration held an award ceremony for its MSME Women Economic Empowerment Initiative, Women Who Boss Competition. The event is part of the project to enhance the economic empowerment of women in Latin America and the Caribbean in the post-pandemic era. It focuses on technical assistance for women employment, entrepreneurship, and financial inclusion. It is being implemented through partnership between the Ministry and the Embassy of Taiwan in Belize. News 5's Dwayne Moody was at the Leigh Richardson Building in Belmopan for the awards ceremony and files this report.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Foreign Trade and Immigration awarded approximately $20,000 through its MSME Women Economic Empowerment Initiative. Dubbed the Women Who Boss competition, 5 entrepreneurs were chosen from across the country to receive much-needed funding for their budding and impactful projects.
The competition's objective was to assist female entrepreneurs who have received capacity building opportunities through the project with modest funds to help them advance their business. So to the strong, ambitious, and persevering female entrepreneurs sitting before us today, I take time to congratulate you. We know that this is not an easy road you trod, but you took the opportunities before you, and now your hard work is paying off. We are very happy to be part of this small but important initiative that spotlights the government's interest in the economic empowerment of our talented and hardworking female entrepreneurs.
The project of women empowerment in Belize speaks to institutional capacity building, vocational skills training, women entrepreneur advice training, an international initiative forum, and MSME's COVID-19 resilience. The initiative is being done in partnership with the Republic of China, Taiwan.
Yet another successful project that Taiwan and Belize team up to help enhance women's skills and provide consultation and the resources for them to start a business or take their business to the next level. Today, while we get together to congratulate the award winners, I'd also like to take this opportunity to pay tribute to all the participants partaking in this competition. Winning or not, they are all extraordinary women who inspire us with courage, persistence, and determination. And I believe this will surely bring them a step closer to achieving their entrepreneurial ambitions and economic independence.
Meet the 5 awardees who engage in projects that span financial training, cuisine, clothing, and the preservation of cultural languages.
Baroda's Secret will be investing this money in our advancement for our business. We are so honored to be one of the recipients, and we have already booked our summer line. So the Garifuna attire, we will be getting our 4 designers to women designers in
When we return, it is not about winning or losing, says Concacaf president on Belize youth national teams.
Welcome to Design Depot, home of Sherwin-Williams Paint. Sherwin-Williams Paint is one of the most reputable paints in the industry, known for its superior quality, durability, and environmentally friendly technology. We carry a large variety of products for all your home and commercial needs, such as interior and exterior paints, primers, wood stains, sealers, clear top coats, caulking, aerosols, concrete, and masonry products. Achieve professional-looking results with ease using Sherwin-Williams paint and coating. Available at Design Depot, all in one place.
Investment Services Explained. In September 1999, SSB's Mortgage and Investment Unit was created. The unit later became the Investment Department in 2005 and officially Investment Services in October 2007. So, what is the Investment Services role? How does Investment Services help to support Social Security and you? And why is Investment Services important to Belize? Investment Services' function is to make prudent investments in the form of commercial loans, shares, and real estate development. The interest income generated from these investments ensures the fund is sustainable to pay current and future Social Security benefits to its insured persons. The investment income is used to support the working population and pay pensions such as retirement and invalidity. Additionally, investment loans support economic development through commercial loans to startup and existing businesses while aiding in increased production of goods and services. We can expect Investment Services to continuously impact the lives of every insured person through Social Security pensions. Investment Services will continue to support the Belizean economy through secure investments in various industries. And that is why Investment Services exists. Social Security Board, an investment for you, your family, your future.
The president of the Confederation of North, Central America and Caribbean Association of Football, Concacaf, Victor Montaliani, was on a 24-hour trip to Belize. Today, the Football Federation of Belize held a press conference at the House of Culture where Sergio Chuck, the president of FFB, and President Montaliani addressed the media. Here is what they had to say about the development of the discipline in Belize.
As you are well aware, we have developed our infrastructure tremendously by taking advantage of the FIFA Forward program, specifically the project aspect of FIFA Forward, where we develop business plans and send it to FIFA for financing. We have been able to construct a state-of-the-art facility in Belmopan with a FIFA Pro approved synthetic pitch. Our bleachers are complete. And recently, we invited all stakeholders, the media included, to help us with the final drafting of the master plan for the Center of Excellence that we will be constructing in Belmopan over the next 5 to 6 years.
We have a football-first philosophy. And what I'm really happy about my first visit here in your absolutely stunning country is that talking to members of your executive committee, former players, but talking to Sergio and the strategy that Sergio has already unrolled, I love to see that it's about football first and really about being strategic about it, about infrastructure, which is always important, but also investing through the various sources that he can invest through, whether it's FIFA or Concacaf, investing in the development at the coaches level, at the youth level. Those are to me very important. Of course, we all know that the sexy part of the game is national teams and all that, but that will come. And those successes have to be built on by investing in the right areas. And so to me, it's a real pleasure seeing the work that's been done by Sergio, and Sergio leading it with his team in just short order that he's been the president. Belize now, especially with Sergio at the Concacaf level, in terms of the relevancy within the Concacaf region has been heightened, and that is very good for your country.
Concacaf President Victor Montaliani also responded to requests for his thoughts on Belize's youth national team's performances in regional tournaments. Of recent, a couple youth national teams have attracted criticism from Belizeans in numerous defeats in regional tournaments. Well, the Concacaf president says there are more important things than winning at the youth level.
First of all, you shouldn't give a damn about winning at a youth level. You should never care about that, ever. And staying home, I mean, would you just leave your child at home to watch TV? And that's how they're going to get their education? Or are you going to send them to school? Football is education. It's not about winning and it's not about losing. It's not even about that sometimes at the professional level. It's about survival sometimes at the professional level. It's not even about winning. Very few teams in the world really go, very few, right? And there's different dynamics there. But at the youth level, it's about the education of the player, about the education of the human being. And if you think not going out, experiencing other teams, other cultures is not an education, I have something for you. Keeping them at home will be useless. You'll go backwards, not forwards. Okay? Now, do you need to do stuff at home? Yeah, this is why they're investing in the coaching education, to get better coaches, to make the coaches better, right? Coaching licensing, club licensing, the standards that I've been talking about that you have to set internally, that has to be done at home, absolutely, right? But in the end, you need the international experience or the experience in UNCAF. Those are all experiences that will make the individual grow. That they tie 1-1 or lose 7-1, it doesn't matter. At the youth level, it doesn't matter.
Up next, Pirates, Verdes, and PLB goes at it off the field. And the playoff games are in limbo.
Dwayne Moody, Isani Cayetano, Marian Ali, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 police teams do whatever it takes, go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 believes on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, because news is now everywhere, all the time, and so are we.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited Postpaid Plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart. It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
Good night and welcome to another edition of Sports Monday. I am Paul Lopez. We kick things off tonight with some controversy in the Premier League of Belize. Football teams across the country are waiting with bated breath for the start of the 2023 playoffs. It was expected to begin weeks ago, but there have been some delays in the season schedule. This is due to a dispute largely between the San Pedro Pirates FC and Verdes FC. It all began with a match between both clubs that was scheduled to play on April 8th in San Pedro. The game was postponed based on a decision by the match commissioner. That has led to several outcomes that the San Pedro Pirates management is saying have been unfair to its football club. We spoke with Carol Maldonado Claros, owner and manager of the San Pedro Pirates.
When the week starts, the general secretary or the league's office send you information on how many officials will be here so that you can get the hotel room, account for meals because you have to pay them meals, you have to pay them transportation from Belize City to San Pedro, and you have to make sure somebody is there to pick them up and bring them to the hotel that they will be staying, and then somebody to pick them up from the hotel to take them to the stadium. I called all over for accommodations, and the only accommodation that I could have done, it was crazy money. It was, I don't remember, it's written somewhere, I think it was like $368 a night. So obviously the club could not afford that. And I called back the office and I explained to the office that I cannot find any accommodation for them. The office, through the GS, and I know that the office didn't do it, maybe, I'm hoping they didn't do it intentionally. The office suggested to me, hey, contact the traveling team and request from the traveling team if there would be any space that the referees can return back to Belize City. I contacted the president and I explained the situation. In that moment, he came and he said, I don't see anything wrong in that. Plus, we are taking a boat that will be holding close to 100 persons, and we have a lot of those persons that will be staying for the weekend in San Pedro. They're not coming back. So there will be a lot of space. I don't see anything wrong in that. When I picked them up, right, I saw, because I'm very observative, I saw, bags, I saw family, and I was like, man, they are coming just for the day, and they're heading back the night and they're bringing big bags. So I came and I put that in my mind. And as I reach my business, because I took them so that they can go and have some lunch, when I reached my business, I went in the office and I called the league's office and I say, GS, did you advise the referee department? That's where hell broke loose, right? The referees came to me and he say so you don't have accommodation for us? That is not acceptable and we are going back.
The match was eventually called off. Verdes FC launched a complaint and the match commissioner submitted a report on what transpired. According to Claro, with those two documents, PLB's organizing committee ruled that the situation be deemed a forfeit on the part of Pirates FC and that Verdes FC be granted 3 goals and the victory. Claro and her team launched an appeal of the decision before the league's appeals committee. That ruling was published over the weekend.
When the appeal ruled, there were very key words that they used in their ruling. One, the word is squashed, void and null. So whatever decision the disciplinary took was squashed, void and null. Moreover, on that decision, it says that the DC and the OC did not practice natural justice against San Pedro Pirates, which those 2 words is big. They did not give San Pedro Pirates the opportunity to defend themselves. Then they come and say, let me They have already told them you did not practice natural justice, but now you're telling me you're going to have a home game. It's your home game, but let me punish you because you're not going to have it at home. You're going to have it at Isidoro, and you will inquire part of the cost. So now Verdes have all their money. They haven't spent no money at all. But now Pirates have to do an extra expense to travel out of San Pedro.
We will continue to follow that one as News 5 understands that the Football Federation of Belize has gotten involved in the matter. Moreover, because these are the top two teams in the league, the season's playoff matches cannot begin without these two matches being played. From the pitch to the mat, a group of students from the House of Shotokan Karate embarked on a journey to Chetumal, Mexico to participate in the Eagle Park Taekwondo Championships held on May 6th at Parque del Queso. Among the notable accomplishments, Humphrey Swayze secured the first place medal in the children's fighting division. Jamir Ayala emerged as first place winner in the men's fighting division, and Leah St. Clair claimed the first place victory in the children-girls fighting division. Other outstanding achievements included Nefetia Lopez securing second place in the children-girls fight division, Maya Grant and Makaya Grant both achieving the second place in the children's-girls fighting division, Koichi Lam securing the second place in the boys fighting division, and Manon Mazea achieving the second place in the women's fighting division. Additionally, Joy Bowen claimed the second place in the Tots children fighting division. Lucas Martinez secured the second place in the children's boys fighting division. Gordon Feinstein achieved the second place in the boys intermediate fighting division. Bention Feinstein emerged as the second place winner in the boys beginners fighting division, and Nicholas Hyde claimed the second place in the boys fighting division. Over 80 riders took their places at the starting line on Sunday morning for the second annual Guns Cross Country. The race began in San Ignacio Town and finished in front of Leslie's Import in Belize City. In Central Farm, it is Elwin Humes out at front all alone. 40 minutes into the race, approaching Mount Hope for the downhill ride, Kent Gabriel sprints for the station prize on top the hill. Exiting Tikettle, Dylan Levi is applying the pressure onto the lead riders, but Kent Gabriel does not let up. He latched on to Levi. A pile-up just outside of Mahogany Heights Village saw several riders leaving the race with injuries. We wish them a speedy recovery. Almost 2 hours into the race, it is Ihori Kenya all alone up front. Entering Belize City only a few miles from the finish line, 6 riders are leading the race. Nearing the finish line, Dylan Levi launched an attack with Kent Gabriel on his rear wheel. With about 500 meters left to the finish line, Kent Gabriel gets out of his saddle and launches an attack, leaving Levi behind. At the finish line, it is junior rider Delton Rojas that finishes first overall and takes the first place prize for the junior category. He is followed by Kent Gabriel, who finished first in the A category.
I want to give thanks to the Almighty Father for blessing me with the health and strength and the ability to be out here today. It was a very, very intensive, tough race. A lot of big competitors out here. I never take nobody lightly. At the end of the day, I know it will come down to a strongman race, and it's always man over matter.
I work really hard, man. I work really hard. I put countless hours in a bike. I just try to do my best every time I come out, man.
And finally, for tonight, in our weekly Belize Elite Basketball League update, the Benny's Belize Hurricanes secured a spot in the 2023 playoffs, following this weekend's victory over the Dangriga Dream Ballers inside the Belize City Civic Center. Meanwhile, the Belize City Defenders are 1 victory away from securing the 2nd seat in the playoffs after dominating in Orange Walk against the Running Rebels. And while all of that is happening, the voting is on for the 2023 All-Star Game. You can head over to the BEBL's website to cast your vote for your favorite All-Star. Well, folks, that's it for tonight's coverage of Sports Monday. Until next time, be mindful that nature is the best playground. Go out and have some fun.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at channel5belize.com on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, good night.